Hi everyone, it is Lindsay from Rented Space and thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday the 4th of October. It is the long weekend here in New South Wales and I have 3 days off, so I'm very excited. I am going to start my spring seed planting today. And yes, before you ask, I know, I'm late. I'm 6 weeks to 7 weeks late. That's fine. I have been sick. We've had lots of weather, like bad weather. I've had a wedding we were away for the weekend, which was wonderful, by the way. But in all honesty, I was sick and I did not have the energy, and for once, very rare, I put myself first and decided I wasn't going to add any extra to my life. So today I am going to start. I will plant, I've got 4 trays here of seed starting mixture. So I have 4 trays. Each tray is 4 by 6 and I've already pre-watered. I don't want to hold it up too much, but I have pre-watered. And I've just dribbled it on myself. So I have pre-watered. I've filled up the pots. I really didn't think you needed to watch me fill up more pots. I know you've watched me do it before. And so I wasn't going to make you watch that. Obviously, once I watered it, some of the pots, some of them have compacted a little bit, so they went down, and I've just added a little bit more, which I'm actually still doing. Anyway, so being seeds, I have gone through soil and I've fed it through a sieve just to get the real fine stuff. I have introduced 3 new raised garden beds this year. Well, this spring I'm introducing, and I have emptied a lot of my bigger pots into 1 or 2, like into 2 of those. So I'll be starting fresh with new soil in those. My yard has only just dried out enough that I'll be able to hopefully get a truckload of soil either next week or the week after. So in all honesty, I wouldn't have had filled garden beds, well, completely filled garden beds anyway, unless I bought an awful lot of bags. Now, I have bought bags for some of the things that I needed to get in the ground already. So for all that I haven't had seeds for my tomatoes, my capsicums, my cucumbers, no lettuce have gone in yet, things like that, I've at least got all my fruit trees in and going. So I do have more. I am worried about my raspberry canes because still none of them have started to show any sign of life. I bought them bare root, so if you check out a previous video, it does have them in there and I've talked about it. However, I haven't ordered more of those, but they're actually, I literally only ordered them this morning, so hopefully by the time they turn up, my soil will be here and I'll be able to get them pretty quick into pots. I am going tomorrow into town when I take my oldest daughter in for work. I will be going and buying pre-started seedlings to make it quicker. That way too, I'm not missing out on food. So let's see, what am I don't even know what I'm planting. I mean, I do, but I don't. I definitely want to get tomatoes in, and even though I will be buying a few trays of tomatoes tomorrow, I definitely want tomatoes in. This year my aim is, and I've never done this before, but my aim is to have enough tomatoes that not only can I make my tomato relish for the year, that I can make tomato sauce for the year, pasta sauce for the year, a marinara sauce for the year, and also have tin diced tomato just for doing whatever I feel like throughout the year in case I feel like changing things up. I recently, well, for my birthday, my beautiful family got me a pressure canner. So that is this will be my first season with the pressure canner. So I feel that I should be able to get a lot more things done. Anyway, let's get on to looking at seeds. What will I choose? Now, like I said, if you've been here before, this is what I use for my seeds. I have 2. I definitely feel like I need 4, but I have 2. So, in tomatoes, I should hopefully have enough. Oh, what have I got? What have I got? Roma. So I'll get Romas in. These ones are from So Good Seeds. So they're Romas. Now I believe I think in here there's about 30 seeds. I do also have some Burke's Backyard, which we quite like those for slicing tomatoes. The Romas are obviously for most of my sauces. So what I'll do is I'll plant a bunch of Romas, plant them, and then as they die off, I'll have more coming. But I do have limited space, so I do have to be smart with what I do. I might plant a few ox hearts. We'll see. I'm also only have 4 trays here, so I've also got to be smart with. Okay, so I have. Do I want the ox hearts? I'm not sure if I want ox hearts. I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna get some ox hearts because I do. The ox hearts are a big slicing tomato too. I do like those. They are they are also so gross, so good seeds. The Burke's Backyard are from D&H Seeds, Harvest, sorry. And I will also do Little Red Riding Hoods. I do like those. They're good for salads and things, but I actually like them to put into even pasta sauces and things. When the bigger tomatoes aren't quite ready, I find that these produce a bit quicker. Gets me started. All right, that's 4 varieties of tomatoes. That's all I'm doing today. No corn. Chilies. I think these are my chilies and my capsicums, actually. Let's see. I have lots in here because I bought a lot more last year at the end of the season. So I do have capsicum Hungarian sweet. They're the paprika, so I'm going to try those this year. Capsicum Californian Wonder. I'll grow some of those. They're the red, yes. I do have a capsicum heirloom mix. I will do some chili, Jamaican chilies. Oh, just because Jamaican me crazy. What else? Might go some big Jim chilies. Now the boys have really got into, especially Jamie, my husband, has really got in this year to the jerky. So I have tried it previous years. He's been a bit like, oh yeah, this year he's all over it. So I want to make sure he has plenty of chilies for those. What is it? Snow peas. They're all my peas. No. Not at the moment. And my tomatoes. They're autumn, winter. I did my first pickled beetroot ever this year, and I really liked it. So I'm going to try and get some beetroots in. So I have 2 different types of those. Lettuce, yes, but I'm going to wait for the lettuce because I want them in my Mr. Stacky, and I need the soil to go for those. Carrots, they can wait also. We have here spinach. No, they can wait too. I'm trying not to do any of the stuff that's really quick growing because, again, I can get them turning over pretty quick. I'm going to do some eggplant. I have Black Beauty and Tasconiki. I'll do one of each. I'll do some of each of those. I'll do some cucumbers. Where are my pumpkins? They must be in a different one. Okay, let's try the other. Box number 2. Oh, it's a warm day today, so I'm doing this sitting on the concrete tiles at the back door, and it's not the most comfortable of spots. That's my broccoli, so I don't want that. Oh. They're my flowers. Oh, definitely. I'm not starting these today, but I have teddy bear sunflowers. I'm very excited. So these ones are a different type, and they actually have, see the flowers? Look at those. Aren't they adorable? I can't wait to start those. Look, you know what? I'm going to leave them out in case I have some spare room. Sunflowers take a long time to grow, and they're good. They're good for the pollinators. Jap pumpkin, definitely want those. Pumpkin blue, I want those. Lusting daisy, no. Oh, sorry, I have to turn. Oh. This is all my asparagus. Oh, rhubarbs. Yes, I need rhubarbs. I know I have rhubarbs growing already, but I definitely want more. Oh. I did buy a medicinal herb pack from Happy Valley Seeds. So it comes like that. So I'm trying to focus it for you. So there is chamomile German, dandelion, Ignatia purpurea, lemon balm, nettle, marshmallow, mugwort, purslane, tulsi roma, valerian, wormwood, and yarrow. Definitely want to get these in, but I don't think I have enough room at the moment. But I'm going to keep them out just in case. I'm definitely trying to get my herbs and my herb garden going, so that is something that will stay out. Oh, mustard leaves. What else do I have? No. Oh, garlic, chives and Billy Buttons. Alright. That's enough now. Like I said, I'm not trying to get everything in today. I do just want to be able to get the slow ones in. Alright. So, my boxes double from a seed box to a cutting up station. First, tomatoes. first would help if I actually had typical me. I need labels. I need labels. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do 8. Let's see if I do 1, 2. I'm trying to work out in the rows. So if I go 1, 2, 3. Okay. I feel like that's enough. Obviously, I'm going to want a lot more of the tomatoes than anything. I want at least a few of the, but I only want 1 row of each of the others. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I still have a spare there. Put the rhubarb there. Okay, so let's say we have aromas here. Aroma. So just doing the label. So that'll be there, and there will be aromas. Then I'll do little red writing. And then I'll do the ox heart. I only want 1 of each of those. That'll be them and them. And Burke's Backyard. Slash, and I might do the Californian Wonder. Red. And I'll do those. Now I can do Jamaican chili. And what was the other one? Oh, Hungarian capsicum. Paprika. I'm going to put paprika because that way I remember that that's what they are. So 1 row of each of those. Okay, I'll do those first and then I can get back to the others. I don't want to, in case I change my mind, but I definitely know I want a lot of these. And a little bit more soil in this one. Because clearly tomatoes aren't very big seeds. Alright. So, aromas. Definitely Roma. Yep, 2 lots of aromas. I've already lost a seed. I'm going to do 4 seeds to a tray. That will get me 4, 8, 12, 16, 32 plants. Having said that, whether they, that's only if they all germinate, and the chances of them all germinating is probably pretty slim. But it is always best. Be sure that one's not going to germinate. I'm always better to have a few extra, and then if they all germinate and I have too many, then I can always give some to other people or swap them for other seedlings that I need. Alright, that is 2 rows. That's not this one there. My rows. Okay, so aromas are done. First seed done. Okay, so the next one is the little reds. And I need scissors. What did I do with my scissors? Now these ones I'm only doing the 1 row of. But again, I'm going to do 4. Oh, maybe I won't. Maybe I don't have enough for that. Oh no, there we go. That's the entire packet. Next is Oxheart. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, I did too many, but they're going to have to go in because they've touched the wet soil. So once they're wet, you can't put them back in the bag. Okay. Oxheart's done. Bert's backyard. Got 2 there, but I can pick one up. Two. Okay, so all my seeds are in. No, they're not, because I've missed one. Big jam? No? What was I going to put in there? Ah, Californian Wonder. Red, in here, the last one. Sorry, my camera died. So I have 2 lots of Roma, 1 Little Red Riding, 1 Oxheart, 1 Burke's Backyard, and 1 Californian Wonder, which I'm doing now. And I'm throwing seeds away. So when I put them in, I make sure I'm trying to do 1 in each corner of each pod. So that is quite a few. And then that way, if some of them don't make it, I've just put 2 in there. If they don't germinate, then at least I still have others. If I just did 1 in each, then if I only planted 4 and all 4 didn't germinate, then I'd have no seeds, like no seedlings. So my aim is to do the 4 seeds in each. A couple of them have extra. 1 because some of them I'm pretty sure are not going to germinate, but also because where I might have dropped too many and they got wet and you can't put them back in the seed packet. Okay. Now, I don't know about everyone else, but we definitely go through a lot of capsicum. So, and I like to keep it for the entire year. I get them, I will slice, I will dice, and I fatly chop, and depending on what I'm cooking is what I pull out of the freezer once they've come to their part of the year where they're no longer green. So I'm just going to very lightly push them down, just the bare minimum. And also just the ones that are, the soil's a bit higher. Here you go. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of seed on, a little bit of soil on top. Especially these tomatoes because they're quite fine. So they don't need to be buried deep. We just need that sprinkling of soil on top. Okay. So just a little sprinkling on top to ensure that they are actually covered. Alrighty. And they are covered. So that is my tomatoes done. I think I'll do. Alright, so let's write up the next lot of tags. So Jamaican chili with the, did I do them? No, I didn't. I don't know what, oh, I did. I was like, hang on, I've already wrote a label for them. I've swapped containers, that's why I see. But I didn't want to get ahead of myself because I knew I'd do this. Alright, so I'm going to do sunflower. Now I've got two different versions of these, the teddy bear sunflowers. And I have the eggplant. And I have the Black Beauty. Then eggplant. The I can't say it. I'm not gonna lie. Someone's probably gonna pull me up for it, but okay. So pushing the soil down a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because my eldest daughter's oldest cat has a bit of a snoring problem, and although you won't be able to hear it, I can hear her, and she's a good 1.5 meters away from me. But anyway, she's a bit funny. So these look like they might have gotten wet. She's not very good. These might not be okay. Because I don't think these are going to work very well, I'm going to put extras of them on. And we'll see. What's the worst that can happen? I end up with 300 Jamaican chilies. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's actually the next morning. My camera died, and by the time it recharged, there was not enough light, so I just kept going and planting. But this is my 1, 2, 3 and 4 trays all seeded up. So this one here, I have the Chili Big Jim, the Chamomile, Ignatia, Wormwood, Valerian and Mugwort. And I don't know if you can see, but I planted the Mugwort here where I was going to plant the Wormwood, and so I had to tear and swap the labels around. I realized as I went to plant the Wormwood, oh hang on, I've planted the Mugwort in the wrong spot, so I just fixed that. Good thing about having easy labels, I guess, isn't it? Over here I have Jamaican chili, Hungarian capsicum, which is paprika, the two different types of sunflower, like teddy sunflowers, my eggplant, I've got the Black Beauty and the Tuscaniki, and I'm probably saying that wrong, so please excuse me. Then over here in this one I have cucumber, blue pumpkin, I have the Jap pumpkin, the rhubarb, which is a Victorian variety. I have 2 lots of beetroot. I have the Detroit Red and the Red Perfection. Now I have not managed to propagate rhubarb or beetroot from seed yet. I've had beetroot germinate, and then within about 3 days it dies. So if you have any tips for me, that'd be great. And my last tray is my 2 lots of Romas, my Little Red Riding Hood, the Ox Heart, Burke's Backyard Tomato, and the California Red Capsicum. So I obviously just put a little bit of salt all over the top, re-watered them, even though I had pre-watered them. And they are now at them today. They're sitting outside because it's a stinking hot day today. It's meant to be 34 here today. So I thought instead of having the electricity on, I'd put them outside. It's actually already quite warm, but if I don't like it, I'll take them back inside and put them back on the heat mat. And then I have the bonsais that I planted up with you in a previous video. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and enjoy all that life has to offer. Thanks again. Bye.